Hey Mustang, how you doing? All right. Let's see what questions are. All right. And these are the questions we're doing tonight. Space flight, air power flights, hot air balloons, and airplanes are the questions tonight. Mm-hmm. Sub and subscribe. Yeah, well, everybody wants a sub and subscribe of people who wants to do drugs and lie about people on their channels. I'm doing just fine. Hey, WS. When everyone gets here. Supposed to get a blizzard tomorrow? How much? Do they say how much you're supposed to get, Douglas? $20. Oh my gosh. Do you live closer to Buffalo? That much snow, you should be living next to Buffalo, New York, off of the river and the lakes. That much. Oh, Lower North. Oh, okay. Oh, I lived in Buffalo for law school. Okay, cool. It would hit fast. I send the message out. Oh, 20 minutes. Wow. Yeah, people are just getting over all the melting of the snow already. Now they're getting hit by and more snow. I sent out see through. Make sure he's got it, and Cyber got it. Stores are crazy. I bet they were. Everybody's taking off the shelves of just about anything, wasn't they? So I don't know. Well, I guess we're going to have to go ahead and go on questions here and stuff. So since we got you two, will go ahead and get the questions going. Mustang Douglas. In what year did the first man walk on the moon? So what year did the first man walked on the moon? Oh hell, he can't play anything. Yeah, he can't play anything. So what year did the first man walked on the moon? Mustang Douglas. 69. How about you, Douglas? 64. 64. Okay. Answer is 1969. Because we didn't go to in 64 and between 64 and 66, it had just flying around the Earth. All right, on to the next one. Air power. What were kites used for originally? So, what were the kites used for originally? So, what were the kites used for originally? Lightning rods. Okay. And predicting weather. All right. Answer is, what is wars and battles? No, 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 no. He got that one wrong. Okay. Kites were first used for military purpose, but communication and cultural rituals, and the origin tracing back to the ancient China over 2,000 years ago. So scientific, yes, 1800s, scientific kites began to use scientific purpose, meteorology, observe of weather. Ben Franklin conduct experiments for electricity. So conclusion, kites are rich in history and span thousands of years. So this person didn't do some others he didn't put in. Hot air balloon. Who were the first hot air balloon passengers? Who were the first hot air balloon passengers? Anybody? So who were the first hot air balloon passengers? Warn your enemies you're coming from miles away. Yep. Hennessy. Oh, Hennessy. That's a good one. All right. So this is I wouldn't know either who were the first hot air balloon passengers besides the Hindenburg passengers. So let's see what's their answer is. Who were the sheeps, roosters, and ducks? What? No way. Hold on, that can't be right. Yeah, who thought of that one? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, he's got that one correct. The first passengers of a hot air balloon were sheep, duck, and rooster who flew on September 19th, 1783, in a flight conducted by Mount Gopher Brothers. The Mount Gopher brothers, Joseph and Chalk, were pioneers in the field of aeronautics. They conducted their first public demonstration of a hot air balloon June 4th, 1783. Anois, France. After several success unmade flights, they decided to test the flight of living creatures. So the first flight with passengers was on September 19th, 1783. The Montgolfier brothers launched a balloon that carried those animals. Approximately 8 minutes, reaching the altitude of 15,000 feet, or 1,500 feet with animals. So there you go. Okay, interesting. Airplanes. What was the last name of the brothers who complete the world's first successful flight? So, what brothers were they? Okay, we know it's the Wright brothers. Yes, the Wright brothers. They lived here in Indiana and they moved to Ohio. All right, spaceflight. What was the first country to make it to space? What was the first country to make it to space? Russia. Yeah, that's pretty much correct. Russia was the very first people um, started. Yep, the Soviet Union or Russia. That is correct. Russia beat us, but we were first ones on the moon. All right. What did Ben Franklin discover when flying a kite in the thunderstorm? So, what did Ben Franklin discover when flying a kite in the thunderstorm? Hmm. First done. Electric gun. Electricity. Yes, electricity. What is electricity? Okay. Hot air balloon. How are hot air balloons powered? So, what powers the hot air balloons? Rick Snay, steam powered. Propane. Propane. Because propane is a lot smarter to use than gas and stuff. Okay. Next one. Airplanes. What year was the first successful flight? What year was the first successful flight? So, what year was the first successful flight? 19th, I was the first successful flight. I think it was 1904 from the Wright brothers. Let's see. 1903. Let's make sure. December 17th, 1903. Orville and Wilbur Wright near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, with their first aircraft at Kill Devil Hills near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. The flight in distance, Orville Wright pilot the first flight, which lasted 12 seconds and covered a distance of 120 feet, approximately 36 meters. The first flight marked the first instant power control, sustained heavy, than air human has done. All right. What is the name of the rover that sang itself Happy Birthday? So, what is the name of the rover that sang itself Happy Birthday? Man, Jason must be really sleeping. Novell Longbottom. All right, let's see what is Curiosity, who sang himself a birthday. And he's on Mars. That's where he is at. Air power flight. What is the record speed for a kite in miles per hour? What is the record speed for a kite in miles per hour? Two hundred and 100. Okay, let's see here. 120. Well, both in between, so good guesses. All right. Hot air balloon. What do people traditionally drink on hot air balloon flights? So, what do they drink? Has to be alcohol. Hey, Melissa. I think some type of alcohol so they won't freak out in heights. All right. Never catch me on one. Champagne. I think it's champagne or some type of alcoholic. All right, let's see here. Champagne. Correct. All right. Way to go, Mustang and Dubious. Champagne is correct. That's why you have to get drunk beyond Melissa on those hot air balloons. You got to be drunk so you won't freak out. Airplanes. What airline has the largest fleet of airplanes? So, what airline has the largest fleet airplanes? That's before COVID. What? Huh? I have to look at this one. American Airlines. All right. Let's see here. Delta Airlines. Yeah, Delta is mostly the top ones. Okay, what century was the rocket invented? So what century did the rocket invented? Oh, this is during World War II, though, was when the rocket was invented. It was Hitler. Hitler's the one who did it. Yeah, Hitler and his people invented the rocket. All right, let's see here. Let's find out. The 10th century. Well, Chinese used fireworks as rockets. Let's see here. Let's find out if that's what he comes up with. All right, so rockets were first invented in China during the 9th century as gunpowder propelled fire arrows. So, the 9th century China, shortly after the discovery of gunpowder during the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 AD, those were the early rockets known as fire. So, before that, device demonstrating principles of rocket flight existed early as 400 BC. Greek inventor Arch propelled a wooden bird using steam. Hero of Alexander created the aeroply, steam powered. So, as far as back before BC. Okay. Air power. When was the creation of modern paper airplanes? So when was a modern paper airplane created? Man, that's what I think. It was space rockets, but not fireworks. I know fireworks was invented by China and stuff. So when was the modern paper airplane invented? Who invented the modern paper airplane? Last century? Well, let's find out. 1909. Well, let's see here. When was it really invented? I think people got bored and invented earlier than that. Well, yes, it says here 1909. The creation of modern airplane had been originated 2,000 years ago in China, where Chinese were credited with the development of some early paper folding technique. The earliest date for the creation in the modern planes, paper plane, said 1909, but the dates mark significant elevation of paper plane. Well, let's see here. What's this one? So, found another one here. It said Chinese engineering. Okay, 14th Leonardo da Vinci would take a step closer to the modern paper plane in the 14th, late 14th, early 15th century by building paper models of his aircraft design to assess how they might sustain flight. But Da Vinci knowledge of aeronautics was fairly limited. He was more inspired by animal flights, and as a result, his design for craft like way hang gliders, set of bat wings, and mechanical system. So we came close. Da Vinci came close. So kind of like Da Vinci should have got the point there. So yep, not even close. Yep, that's true. All right. Hot air balloon. Who invented the first hot air balloon? Who invented the first hot air balloon? While you guys guessing, let me look it up before I get the answer. All right. Who invented the first hot air balloon? Oh, we had the same people we talked about questions not too long ago. Bats. So the people who we talked about, it was already a question we already answered. It was Joseph, Michael, and Jock uh, Mount Gopher. So Joseph and Jock Mount Gopher were the first ones who invented the hot air balloon. So there you go. Now you moose twit. Already answer the question. What is the world's busiest airport? What is the world's busiest airport? What is the busiest airport? So what do you guys think? What's the answer? JFK? All right, let's find out. What is Hartsfield Jackson in Atlantic, Georgia? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. World's biggest airport reveal. Finally, it is. Here we go. Oh, not now. Okay, so the rankings of the world's busiest airports as of July 25, Montreal is the world's traffic business area. World's busiest airport in 2024. Three major passenger traffic, air cargo volume. Um, so those are the kind of busiest. But here are the 15 busiest airports in the world. So here's another listings. So he forgot to list some others. Hatfield and Jackson International Airport in Atlanta, Georgia. Dubai is another one. Is the busiest. Dubai International is the busiest. Um, so the busiest airports in the world total passengers are Atlanta, Dubai, Dallas, Tokyo, London, Denver, Istanbul, Chicago, New Delhi, Shanghai, Los Angeles, China. I can't. It's a different. Korea, Paris, France, Singapore. So those are some of the world's busiest airports and stuff. So, Dubai. So that's what it is. All right. Space. The ISS is a partnership between how many countries? So, how many country owns the International Space Station? How many country owns the International Space Station? CD. Where's CD? Slew. 20? All right. Let's find out. 15 countries. But I think there's more than that. Let's see here. Let's find out. Well, 5 countries, it says. International Space Station partners with 5 countries. The United States, Russia, Europe, represent the European Space Agency, and then Japan and Canada. So that's what, I don't know where they get 15, but 5 international agencies, but 15 countries. Trying to see here. So I'm trying to find. Well, right now it says 5 countries, but those are the ones so far that's on and running that. But since Russia's going to go to their own space station and stuff like that, so there you go. All right. Air power. What is the world's record for longest paper airplane flight? What is the longest paper airplane flight? How long? I say a football field. That's how far it can fly. You need some chocolate. What do you see? You agree? The football field? I think so too. All right. 226 feet and 10 inches. Well, let's see here. Where was that at? I think it was the football field. What was it? How long is it? 226 feet? Okay, so the current world record for the longest paper plane flight is 90.46 meters, but 322 feet and 11 inches set in Shanghai, China, in December 28th, 2025. So this dude who wrote this one on the Jeopardy is wrong. So this is back of last year. The world's current paper airplane flight was 322 feet and 11 inches, set in Shanghai, China, on December 28th, 2025. So that answer right there is on Jeopardy here. A see-through is wrong. 322 inches, 322 feet, and 11 inches and stuff. So this is the wrong answer on that one. All right. Hot air balloons. What is the world's record for the highest hot air balloon trip in feet? Anybody? Okay, so what are we thinking? 1,000? Okay, let's find out. Answer is 70,000 feet. What is 70,000 feet? You came close. Came close. So 70,000 feet. All right. See on to this other question here. Airplanes. What is the number of planes that are airborne at any given moment? So how many planes do you think is flying around? We know billions of planes up there. I say over 1 million airplanes. I say over 1 million airplanes. What do you think? $200? All right. What is 20,000 airplanes? Well, depends when this question was put out. And let's find out here. Between 9,000 to 20,000 airplanes in the sky worldwide. This number can go up and down based on the factors such as time and day and weather. And plus, whatever military, that doesn't include the military flying around also. So, all right. Let's go to more questions here. All right. Let's see here what I can find. Oh. Here. Try to find another one here. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Hmm. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm still trying to find a good one. shoot. Oh, I got it. This will work. I think this will work. Okay. I'm fine. All right. I found one that will work. Game name. What game name starts with an M? What game name starts with an M? What game name starts with an M? Monopoly? Okay. Where is Jason? Man. What is Monopoly? Yes, that's correct. All right. Pieces. Sorry has how many game pieces? Sorry has how many game pieces? Sorry has how many game pieces? $12 pieces? See through? 4? Okay. 36. All right, let's find out. Answer is 16. Well, let's go find out here. Let's see. How many pieces is the correct answer? Sorry is a board game that is based on the older game Ludo. Players move 3 or 4 pieces around the board, attempting to get all their pieces back home before any other player originally manufactured by W.H. Story Company in England. So, putting this as um, four game pieces to each player. So it originally started in trademark in May 21st of 1929. That's the first Patrick trade. Oh, sorry. So it says less than that, but I don't know. Somebody's not adding up here. Owner. Who made Monopoly? Who made Monopoly? Okay. All right. Lizzie. What? Okay, that does not make sense. It's not who made it. Monopoly was originally invented by Lizzie Maggie in 1904. Later popularized Charles Darrow in 1930, but uh, Parker Brothers took over the board game in 1935. That's when it was sold to Parker Brothers. So there you go. Players. How many players can play Monopoly? So how many players can play Monopoly? I'm glad they're gonna name a bridge for Living in Abbey over the old State Road 25. So I'm glad they're getting their name out there for a bridge for Living in Abbey. They need to over the old State Road 25 bridge, and I'm glad they're doing something, a landmark for those two on the bridge. So we got 6 to 8 and 7. Okay. Answer is 8. Well, there's 8 players. But if you're online, there's more than 8 players online. So there's billions of players online. What game starts with an I? So what name starts with an I? Oh, they keep on adding new game characters too on Monopoly. Also, what game starts with an I? I Spy. All right, let's find out. Life. Okay, it should be different. They should make it to capital L a different way. So, okay, life then. They put it wrong. All right, pieces. Jenga pieces are made out of what? Jenga pieces are made out of what? I know, good answer though. Wood. Yep. Impossible. All right. We all know what is correct. All right. Owner. Who made Jenga? So who is the person that made Jenga? Who made Jenga? Well, just Monopoly people have to get a hold of NRA to make a game for them, a Monopoly game for them. Okay. Leslie Scott, who made Jenga. All right. Let's see here. Next one. Players. How many players can play the game of life? So, how many players can play the game of life? Six? All right, let's find out. Four. I believe they should. No, there's more than four. Well, it says 2 to 4, but technically online, there's more players online playing. So more than 4 online. All right. What is the name of a game that is said when you make a mistake? What is the name of the game that said when you make a mistake? What is it? Simon. Simon Says. Well, sorry, but okay. Simon Says. I think Caesar is correct. Sorry. Huh? Simon Says usually he's the one too. Hold on, let's find the real answer here. Okay, it is the mistake game. Let's see here. Now that's a game show host. It's a show. I don't know. Sorry? All that's not coming up, so I don't know. Pieces. Monopoly game pieces are made of what? So Monopoly pieces are made of out of what? Oh, makes sense now. So what Monopoly game pieces are made? What Monopoly pieces are made out of? Hey, I can do it. What you doing? Metal. I think there's a special kind of metal though. We know it's all metal, but what is that? Puke metal or something like that? All right, it is metal. Well, there's that special type of metal they use. Okay, owner. Who made Sorry? Who made the game Sorry? Who made the game Sorry? Hasbro. Yeah, puke. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Well, let's find out. It is Hasbro who made the game Sorry. Oh, it's somebody else before that. How many players can we play in Jenga? Well, we answered this question before. Why are we answering this again? We know it's 4. I don't know why we're answering. How come that keep on coming up? Okay, let's move on. Wooden blocks are used to play this game. Wooden blocks are used to play this game. What wooden blocks used to play this game? I know we had that question before. 4. I like your answer. There we go. Steve. No dominoes are plastic. Okay. Ginga. They should make those domino. They should make dominoes out of gold. That's what people. They should make dominoes out of gold, not plastic. All right, pieces. Dices are used in what 3 games? Dices are used in what 3 games? So what three games that has dominoes in it? You got Monopoly. You got Sorry. Then you have, what's another game? Monopoly, Sorry. Can't think of the other two, but I know Monopoly and Sorry is two of them. Who's no, Game of Life is the spinner. Game of Life has the spin. Yahtzee. Yeah, let's find out. Monopoly, Dogopoly, and Sorry. Oh yeah, dog. Well, a lot of other. That's kind of a copy to Monopoly. Let me find out what three games has the dices. We know Monopoly and Sorry has them. What's the third one? So Yahtzee has dice. What else? Let's see here. 12 fun dice games to play with friends. So 12 easy, simple games. Liar's Dice. You got the Liar's Dice that Pirates made from Walt Disney World. Bonko. Left, center, right. Backgammon. Uh, Beer Die. Beetle. Die Chest. Tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, Pig, Boston, Ship Captain Crew, Tennessee, that's some of them. So there you go. There's some of the dice games. That is nice. Dog only. Well, don't know. All right, owners. Who made Manicool? Manicool? I don't know. Who made this game? Never heard of it before. I think whoever made the quiz was Fevin and making up answers. I think so too. I think so too. Not really looking up answers the correct way. There's Michael. There's that one. Remember Michael? All Adventures. They were there at the walk. Haven't seen them. Okay, so what you answer? No idea? All right. Milton Bradley Company made this? What the heck is it? Hold on, let me find out what kind of game is this? What kind of game is this? So the exact character of this game is not definitely known, but it's believed to have origin from ancient East Africa, with evidence of the game dating back to 5870 BCE, derived from the Arabic word which to move. Has been played over 7,000 years. I never heard of this game before, so it's kind of like Parcheesi's or whatever that. Yeah, Parcheesi's. You move up on the board type deal. Egyptian or Roman, I don't know. It's Africa though. Came from Africa. Started in Africa and How many people can play Clue? So how many people can play Clue? So how many people can play Clue? Yeah, I can't remember playing the Clue, but I have heard of it. Yeah, that peg with marbles. Is that before man? Yeah, something like that. Like doodle. All right, so let's find out. Answer to this: 3 to 6 or 2 to 6 editions may vary. Okay. Name that game. They used to play this game in Africa with stones. Huh? All right. Let me know you want me to go ahead and answer this. They play this in Africa with stones? Okay, what is it? Oh, it's that stupid game we don't know. Mancol, Maumancla. It's those. It's the stones. Those. That's what they're used. This game is for. That one game I couldn't figure out. We don't what the heck it is. It's dating back to ancient Europe, Egypt, and beyond. So somehow you move the stones. It's like ours is like the card game, and you move the pegs up, back and forth. This is kind of like the stone. That's what they use, dating back way before Jordan. Yeah, well, it's this game. That game we just answered is that one there. Jeez. All right, pieces. Monopoly has how many pieces? Who the hell is this dude putting the same question, same answers? Oh my god. Okay, how many? Was it 8, 5, either 5 or 7 pieces? How many pieces of Monopoly is there? Dodgeball, yeah, that's what they need. What was 6 pieces? 8 pieces? What was it? 8 pieces? Marbles? Damn, 8. All right, 8 pieces. That's what it was. 8 pieces. This dude don't know how to come up with questions right. Who invented life? Who invented a life game? So who invented life game? Yeah, who invented the life game? Okay. Answer is Milton Bradley and created a life game. All right. Following question. How many people can play Parcheesies? Or yeah, Parcheesies? I think I said it. How many people? Unlimited of 2 or more. Okay. Let's find out. It doesn't matter. Well, let's find out. It does too matter. What's the answer? Man, what is wrong with these people? It doesn't matter. What? Okay, hold on. To play this game, each team needs to have a set of cards. Reference each card as a word or phrase. It must be acted out to the team. Ain't there usually like six people a team? All right, let me see here. Get the answer here. So to set up, split into 2 teams and write words and paraphrase on a piece of paper. Fold them and okay, there are 2 teams. How many teams? 2 groups of 3 or more people. So, yeah, split up your party into 2 equal groups of 3 or more people. So, there you go. 3 or more people in 2 different teams. Uh-huh. It does if you try to play alone. Mama mia, nobody gets the answer right. All right. Hey, thanks for everybody for coming. I appreciate it. And stuff. And I'll talk to you guys later. What I can do, you might have to rewatch at the beginning of the video again since you came in late. See through. So I'll catch you later. Mama mia, nobody knows how to do anything right. Bye now.